All right, what's up, guys? So today I've got another classic controversial opinion in relation to another topic that I have not discussed on this channel before. It's going to be gaming related, and that is my feelings about the Gears of War Reloaded beta that happened the past 2 weekends. If you don't know, Gears of War Reloaded is coming out in about 2 months. You can see the countdown here. It's what, 29 days, 21 hours, and 4 minutes away from dropping. And what Gears of War Reloaded is essentially a remaster of Gears of War 1, which was already remastered in Gears of War Ultimate Edition back, I think, in 2016. So it's a remaster of a remaster. And it's funny because even though it's remaster of a remaster, for me at least, it sparked a lot of nostalgia and gotten me interested again in the Gears of War franchise. Which I think the argument that a lot of people have is that it's not going to do that for them, and I think that's where a lot of the other conversation that I think what it is I think there's a lot of people that actually started playing Gears of War later because this game came out so long ago that don't remember or realize that Gears of War, the original, played entirely different from every other Gears of War game. In fact, almost every Gears of War game that has released has had some pretty fundamental gameplay changes. And I think I guess I can talk about what people are saying. A lot of people are complaining that they did not like the Gears of War Reloaded beta, that it felt like people were shotgun sponges, that the gameplay didn't feel satisfying, that the gameplay didn't feel smooth. And I think where a lot of those arguments are coming from, or they're coming from people that did not play the original Gears of War game when it came out. Because if you were like me and you did, I mean, I played Gears of War 1 a lot. I wasn't there for like the midnight release or anything, but I played it a lot when I was 12, 13, 14 years old. And then when Gears of War 2 came out, I was at the midnight release at GameStop, and I bought the special edition. I don't remember what it was called, but if I remember correctly, it had like a gold Lancer on it. So I was deep into Gears of War so much that when Gears of War 2 came out, I was at the midnight release. And I remember when Gears of War 2 came out, the game felt very, very different than Gears of War 1 when it came to the movement, the cover system, even the shotgun gameplay, the sniper gameplay, all of it had changed pretty dramatically. And I think a lot of the people that are being critical of this game that felt like they didn't like the way that it felt probably never really played the original, and they may have not even played the Ultimate Edition, which was pretty true to the way that the original game felt. And I would also have to say that Reloaded felt just like the original Gears of War. Again, I'm a 31-year-old man. I was playing Gears of War when I was 12, 13, 14 years old. Just a teenager about 20 years ago, 18, 19, 20 years ago. And for me, as a 31-year-old man, I plugged my controller in, and within a couple matches, the muscle memory was back, and I was playing the game just like I was when I was younger. And I remembered exactly how the mechanics worked. I remembered all the wall bouncing tricks you could do. I remembered how you could pull off the wall and effectively bend bullets around the corner and then remount the wall without really ever exposing yourself. I remember the fact that if you blind fire, that your head peeks out and someone could actually hit your head easier. I remembered pretty much everything about how the game played, and because of that, I feel like the game felt really good to me, and I feel like I was able to naturally get a lot of shotgun kills and a lot of sniper kills that felt pretty seamless and satisfying. And I think, again, that isn't how a lot of people felt, because the other future Gears of War game, for example, let's just say you never played Gears of War 1, but you got big into Gears of War when Gears of War 2 came out. You're not going to understand the way that Gears of War the original played. It felt different. You had to hit every single shotgun pellet on someone for a chance to even, one shot them or make their body explode or give them whatever you want to say, whatever term you use, um, to basically, you know, obliterate your opponent. Whereas that wasn't necessarily the case in Gears of War 2, Gears of War 3. And in fact, I think Gears of War 3 was really the first Gears of War game where you could pretty consistently one-shot somebody with a shotgun if you were just close to them. It didn't really matter if every single pellet hit, and there was also the sawed-off shotgun, which was, basically a one-shot, one-kill if you were close enough. But, yeah, basically my point is that Gears of War 1 its mechanics and the way that it felt and the way that it plays entirely different from every other Gears of War game. And I kind of want to highlight this by going to my YouTube channel, and we're going to show a video that I uploaded a long time ago. I had it privated, but I unprivated it. That kind of highlights how different this game plays and how the bullets work on it, specifically with the sniper. So this is a video where I 1v1 sniper battled my buddy, and we're going to jump to some shots that will show, that I can highlight to you, that show just how the bullet system works on this game. So here's some crazy ones right here, right? So I'm hoping that translated well, because I don't know what the frame rates are going to look like. But if you look at how that shot was pulled off, I pull off the wall in blind fire while facing the complete opposite direction, while my camera was looking at my buddy's head. And while pulling off the wall, off of cover, I shot, and the bullet bended all the way, it bent all the way to where I was aiming my camera, where I was looking at my camera. And there's another example of this. And then there's other things, like your bullet trajectory changes crazy. So I don't know if you could see it, but I very quickly zoom in and zoom out. It's called a zoomer back in the day. And that changes your bullet trajectory with this game as well. If you move at all when you shoot your sniper on Gears of War, the original, or your shotgun, your bullet trajectory completely changes. Here's another one where I pull off of a wall, and I curve the bullet around the corner while blind firing and headshot my friend while he's undercover. And what's the point of me showing this other than showing some cool shots that I got? And this is us playing the game 9 years ago, the original Gears of War on PC with Xbox controllers plugged in 9 years ago, before Ultimate Edition came out. Just to show you, this is how the original Gears of War played. And my point is that the bullets and the way that they functioned is very, very different and very dependent on your camera angle and where you're looking, as opposed to the way that it functioned in other Gears of War games. And because of the way that this game played, it just felt entirely different from every other Gears of War. Gears of War 1 is a unique Gears of War experience. It does not feel like any of the other Gears of War games, and I don't think that Microsoft's intention with releasing this remaster was to completely change the way the game felt. The game operates and plays exactly how Gears of War 1 played, even down to the point where weapon sliding is still there and exactly the same. You just slide. Literally, if you were 13-year-old me and you somehow got, cryo frozen, you were just frozen in time, like it's some Futurama type stuff, and you woke up today, or you woke up during the weekend of the one of the Reloaded betas, and you jumped on and you started playing that game, you would be able to do all the same things that you did in Gears of War 1 on that game. You would just have better frame rates and better graphics. That's how true to the original Gears of War Reloaded is. And I think that was the intention. The intention wasn't to put Gears of War 1 in a completely different engine and completely change the way that it played and just do Gears of War 1 again, but effectively a new game. It is literally a remaster with better graphics. That's exactly what Reloaded is. That's exactly what they delivered. And if you wanted to play Gears of War 1 again, or you wanted a resurgence of Gears of War 1, that's what you get with Reloaded. And not only that, but of course it's also now available on PC, which Ultimate Edition was, but also the PlayStation. So it expands the user base of people that can play this game. There might be people that were nostalgic about Gears of War 1 that don't have a PC or an Xbox, but now they can play it on their PlayStation if they have one, which is great. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the complaining is coming from people that either didn't play the original and have a misconception of how the game played, or people who expected the game to be completely different in the way that it played, that may have played the original. And I think that if you were somebody that played the original, you'd probably be pretty satisfied and enjoyed it like I did. You'd probably be pretty satisfied about how it played. In fact, I played the game, the remaster, just like you would have in the original game. The original Gears of War game did not have TDM. The original Gears of War game, if you were playing competitive, you were playing execution. And so what did I do pretty much the whole time when I played Reloaded? I jumped in competitive execution games because that's how the game was played. The game was played to be a competitive 4v4 shooter on a map where you're controlling power weapons and killing each other. It was very shotgun and sniper heavy. That's what everybody enjoyed. The pistol was also used a lot. The Lancer wasn't used a lot back in the day because it was kind of like there's a bunch of kids and it was like, we don't need a Lancer. It's used a little bit more from what I've seen in Reloaded, but from what I can tell, it plays the exact same. Meleeing is the exact same. I saw people complaining about meleeing and it being overpowered. Meleeing is exactly the same in Reloaded as it was in the original Gears of War. That's how it was. There was a thing called two-piecing. If you had a moment to get up to somebody and melee them, you would melee them, they'd be stunned, and within that time that they're stunned, you could easily pop shot them, shoot them with your shotgun, and kill them. The idea was don't get meleeed. If you get meleeed, you might be done for. You could still even backpack people, and if you're not familiar with that means your camera angle can be looking at someone behind you, and if their head is in that camera angle, or even their body is in that camera angle vision, and they're behind you, and you shoot forward, your bullets will actually hit them. The game, I don't know how to explain it, but the game is it's an old game. It's very camera angle based. Wherever you are pointing your camera angle is typically where your bullets are going to go. And if you can master that, then you're going to enjoy the game, or at least be good at the game. When you have a shotgun, it's imperative that all of your pellets, you're getting shots off where all of your pellets are hitting the person. If you're close to them and you shoot them slightly to the right, slightly to the left, and one pellet misses, their whole body isn't going to explode. You're going to have to shoot them a couple times to actually down them. You got to figure out how to do weapon slides, because if you don't want to get spawn killed with a power weapon, especially if you're doing canal and you're grabbing a sniper and someone else gets a sniper before you and you don't weapon slide, your head's going to get shot off. It's a different game. You got to learn how it plays. If you don't enjoy it, that's okay, but understand that you are playing a complete relaunch of the original Gears of War. So, hope you guys enjoyed this. Really, there's not a lot for me to say in it. It's just me basically going off saying that, I don't know what you expected with this game, but I got what I expected. I enjoyed it. It plays just like it did when I was a kid, and almost 20 years later, I was able to plug a controller in and pick it up just based off muscle memory from years and years and years ago. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I don't expect a whole lot of people to see it, but I will be posting some more new videos soon about some things we've already talked about before. So anyways, I'll catch you guys later.